Welcome back to Vampire The Masquerade Swansong! When we last left off, we were gonna go look for Journey at Jara Jory's apartment on the first floor. So let's get going.
What now?
Whoa.
I'm sure you have better things to do.
Not really.
You're still here. Buzz off, Lewis. I've got things to do.
Like what?
I'm sure you have better things to do.
Yes?
That's
Jara's apartment. That's on the Primogen floor. What was Jay looking for up there?
Jara is a Primogen? Nice smartphone you got there.
Yes?
That's pretty much it for now. By the way, I figured out we can run. They just never taught me, that's all. No, I thought we'd be taking the elevator to the first floor?
Can I help you?
Oh, maybe this elevator. Because this one goes directly to the prince, right? It's a good thing, it seems like everybody's in this building, huh? Good thing that's the case, because otherwise, there's really not going to be too much here other than four walls. No? Maybe that elevator is to leave. Okay. I don't think we've been up there. This is April's office. Yes. Whoa. It's like holding up the ceiling. Oh, this is the Primogen office then. Wait, Jara's not here. Oh, Jara's just on that floor, but she's not a Primogen, right?
Nope. Can't go through there. It's locked.
Did we read about Primogens in the Codex? There's a lot, so I'm just trying to sneak in a few terms here and there. Primogen Council, representatives of the major Camarilla factions in the area. Whether they are clan elders or a gathering of those who hold the largest hunting grounds, they speak directly to the prince, who will do best by listening to their advice. More than one lord has been ousted by their own council. Seems like that's close to happening here. They don't like the prince very much. A prince is a vampire who has claimed a given expansive domain as their own, generally a city, and supports that claim against all others. Are they necessarily the strongest one around? Strongest vampire? I'm not sure. But they must have something to keep a hold of that position, right?
Oh, great. My shadow.
Excerpt from the history of the Boston Camarilla. The first kindred in Boston was Madeline Coventry, a Tremere elder from the Winchester Chantry in 1635. Shortly after that, the Blue Bloods settled in the city and ruled the entire Massachusetts colony after driving out the Thaumaturges. The Bruja, Gangrel, and Malkay families took control of the city during the American Revolution in 1783.
I'm tired of waiting.
There was much confusion regarding the distribution of power, and the Tremere returned to the city and created the Boston Chantry. This was also a time when the Sabbat, active in Maine, began to attack Camarilla settlements throughout the Boston area. The Tremere Chantries of Boston and Salem competed for dominance for almost half a century before the Salem colony was overtaken by the Sabbat.
Why is she keeping us at arm's length like this? What's she up to?
Are you talking about the prince? Where am I? In 1931, the children of Malkay took advantage of the turmoil and seized power. In 1825, Quentin King III became the prince of the city until 2014 when he died. He gave in to the beckoning. What's the beckoning? I don't know that term. Quentin King had to contend with the machinations of the Sabbat, the powerful Giovanni in Boston, and the British settlers who vied for his position. More than a century of secret alliances were forged to pit one group against the other and eventually defeat them by tearing each other apart. The prince kept the Sabbat horde at bay, in part by accepting the British support of William Biltmore. A number of American vampires who were unhappy with the British presence created the Kindred of Liberty to oppose colonization, and in Hartford and New Haven, resistance was organized under the name of the Gemini League. The beckoning freed the city from the British influence as well as from the control of the children of Malkay. But perhaps the fact that London had not been responding for several years was the reason for the British withdrawal? In any case, Miss Havel Iverson, a member of the KOL, naturally rose to the head of the domain, restoring Boston to its former glory, long tarnished by her predecessor's collaboration with London. Yeah, in the very beginning, they mentioned something about the fall of London. Most of what I know about the Vampire the Masquerade universe is from Bloodline, so if it's not really stated there, I might not be too familiar with it.
Why is she keeping us?
Annals on the First Inquisition.
What's she up
How
to?
morbid.
On the topic of Vampire the Masquerade, I do want to say again clearly that for people coming in from Bloodlines or, just World of Darkness in general, you should really temper your expectations. Like, people who are familiar with the Council already know this, but to put it really bluntly, the Council is pretty janky, and I love it because it's so janky, which is not something that everybody's gonna enjoy, so I just don't want you to be disappointed, because if you're looking for Bloodlines 2 or anything similar to Bloodlines 2 coming into this, you're not gonna have a good time. Treatise on Thaumaturgy, also known as blood sorcery. This discipline combines vitae and mortal sorcery. There are no known limits to the type of rituals created by the Tremere, or their fields of application. We'll focus here on the different branches of the science, which is not exhaustive because few can testify to the secrets of the blood witches. The path of blood, where powers of the vitae can be manipulated. The ritual, where thaumaturgical formulas with innumerable effects are invented and jealously guarded. We're all vampires, but we all have different things that we're good at, and different secrets.
I wish I was outside instead of being cooped up in here.
It could be worse. You could be in some crappy apartment, but it actually seems pretty nice here.
So, what exactly did Hazel want with you?
I think we get some willpower back just by engaging in this stuff too. Can I? Oh, but I don't have enough focus. Should I tell her? She could help me. Let's just tell her.
She asked me to go and fetch Journey.
Ah,
So, you think this is gonna get ugly too?
how is Hazel?
She asked a lot of questions. She was a little paranoid.
She's losing her grip. Be careful.
Why are you telling me this?
This is the first time you've ever been involved in a court intrigue. Up until this instant, I've handled things for you.
And that was fine by me.
If the prince is under pressure, choose your words carefully.
I hate the court. I've gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Be careful.
The voice acting sometimes is a bit... Yeah, I think she wants to help me, so I don't mind telling her stuff, even though we've broken up and whatever.
Is everything all right?
It almost feels a little bit incestuous though, like she's my sire and then we were dating and all that. It's not actually, but it feels like it. Oh my god. On the London court, we can draw the following conclusions based off the most recent information available. At the turn of the millennium, it was believed that there were many more than 200 vampires living in the Greater London area. The city's big, so newcomers came to look for fortune while hiding from the court. As a deterrent to people doing that, kindred who are not registered with the London court were considered to be fair game for the Scourge and other bounty hunters who could practice diablerie. This practice often deterred newcomers, as it had come to involve even the upper echelons of the London Camarilla. Right, so we're talking about people who are like clanless vampires, I guess, hiding from the court. Queen Anne herself was a practitioner of diablerie, and for a long time she took every opportunity to claim the blood of the undesirables. Diablerie is drinking a vampire drinking the blood of a vampire, I believe. It's like
Why
super
is she
forbidden.
keeping us at arm's length like this? What's
In
she up
2008,
to?
mortals reported an uptick in forensic anomalies, including bodies that temporarily appeared dead. At the same time, a team in charge of a human trafficking case was also making the same report. So increase in vampires, which were referred to as the infected. But Queen Anne? Oh, Queen Anne is like the queen of the UK, I guess, in this universe, in this timeline? Okay. She doesn't care though. And then London fell the following year, as did Vienna. Nothing more was heard of them overnight. There are no kindred left to tell us what happened. Communications have been cut off since then, as they are too risky. The story of the fall of London gives us hope that mortals believe they have finished us off. Until then, the Camarilla must build an even stronger, more robust masquerade. Oh, so the masquerade fell in London in 2008. That's like over 10 years ago, my god. Wow. But, okay, so some people do know about the masquerade then. They know about vampires, but they think they've killed us all. Diablerie. Amaranth. Archaic. An act reviled by most vampires, diablerie involves drinking another vampire dry, ingesting not only their blood, but their very essence. Vampires with a religious bent speak of consuming the victim's very soul, and those who can sense auras can clearly see the stains afflicting the perpetrator. Very forbidden.
A book about alchemy? That's a weird thing to keep.
Why?
Notes from the Convention of Thorns.
Unfortunately, I'm illiterate. Okay, this isn't where Journey is. Oh! Wait, what about that side?
Good evening, ma'am.
The servants back in the council were also masked. It's a nice little callback.
Good evening, miss.
In addition to not having to render people's faces. Nope. Jara. Everybody lives in this tower then? Choices marked with that indicate there's no going back. Oh, thank you. Much appreciated. Let me look around a little bit more first then. Is this blocked off?
The door is locked.
Now, if it's anything like the council, sometimes we'll see things that we're not going to be able to interact with the first time we see it. So I don't think we should be too alarmed that, oh, there's a door we can't open. Yeah, I don't have anything in security though, so that's not going to help. Right, so it seems like this might be the case. Whenever we get security 5 or we find the key, we might want to come back here. Will we ever leave this tower? Maybe this whole story takes place inside this one tower. Oh, the Nosferatu?
No fucking way. Shit.
So this is where you've been hiding.
Oh, Jesus, it's you. You scared the shit out of me. How did you find me?
You're really bad at covering your tracks.
Are you alone?
What the hell is going on?
Shit, Mem. It's a fucking nightmare. The code red is definitely because of the party. April told me Hazel was gunning for me. She thinks I'm responsible for this shit show.
So, you're hiding in Rory's room?
I'm looking for evidence. I saw that Jara had the file on the party. It's got all the contracts and stuff in it that will prove I did my job right. But I can't find them. It was my only shot to defend myself against her.
Hey, slow down. It's gonna be all right. They don't have anything on you, do they?
No, of course not. I did everything right, Mem. I was the one who rented the place. Same as always. Rooftop, away from prying eyes. I met with Richard to organize the vessels. I arranged for limos to be sent for the Hartford Chantry. I went through the same secure limo agency as usual. They're ours, so there's no risk. What the hell could have gone wrong?
I don't know. But there's no time to think about it. Hazel wants to see you.
And she asked you?
Oh, I don't think you can run very far. This is a big choice. You can run, but I'm gonna be in hot water too, if I can't find her. If you're not involved, then say it. Say that you're not involved. Although I do kind of worry, because the prince does seem unstable. Oh, I feel like this is gonna open a can of worms, though.
It's gonna be fine, Jay. I'm sure you can explain everything.
I'm scared, ma'am.
Don't worry about anything. I'm here.
I'll follow you.
That's a pretty big deviation already, right at the beginning. Oh, alright. Yeah, I remember the council did have some deviations that led to some interesting stuff. It does actually deviate up a bit. Leysha, unstable seer. From madness sometimes comes great clarity. A wise prince knows how to recognize this rare talent and gives them the recognition that others deny them. I'll do jack of all trades. Maximum amount of interactions, but less mastery. Yeah, it's the same basic skill set. Dialogue, rhetoric, intimidation. Physical 2, social 2, mental 3. Leysha is a Malkavian. Technology, security, not very intimidating though. Rhetoric. But we might want to focus like really a lot on one thing as opposed to one on all three. Still very not educated. Oh, Auspex, dominate, obfuscate, obfuscate, move around undetected, and to mimic somebody else. Dominate, command others and turn them into puppets. Auspex is the same. Supernatural perception. Okay.
Leysha, it's good to see you.
Be good, sweetie.
How was your reunion with Halsey?
Thank you, Hazel. Your gift was wonderful. You shouldn't have troubled.
You're welcome. We should never have kept you apart.
But the gift as a kid.
Good evening, Delsin.
Good evening, Leysha.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. Better and better since I got my little sugar fangs back.
Wonderful.
I haven't seen Richard yet. Does he know I've been released from the Institute?
No, I'm the prince. It was my decision. He is your psychiatrist, but you don't need his permission for everything.
He wasn't at the party, was he?
I'm searching for everyone who's still missing. Don't worry about him.
Thank you.
Leysha, I know I can be frank with you. For 4 years, I have been working to heal the city's wounds. You've already helped me avoid traps in the past.
Yeah, of course. I'm very important to you.
You're not like the other children of Malkav. Quentin King knew that.
The Mad King. I remember, yeah.
I had you released from the Institute because your premonitions are the most detailed, the most accurate. I wanted them to help me understand the Chantry's hand more clearly before we signed our agreement with them. But this alert changes everything. I need to understand what's just happened. Did you sense anything, possibly about what happened tonight?
I did. In the very beginning cutscene, right? I'm not sure why we should lie to her at this point.
I saw images, but they had nothing to do with this party. It didn't make any sense. It was a long, white hallway.
It's a little early for sure, but it's a good start.
I'm sorry, I can't be of more help.
Don't be sorry.
Be better.
There's something else you can do for me. Your discretion can still be of use to me. I need to be sure that none of the members of my council are going to take advantage of the situation.
You don't trust them?
You can never be too careful. You and Delson are the only two people I trust entirely. The members of the council have their council lodgings here. It gives them the impression that they have power, and it means I can keep an eye on them. I'm going to give you the key. Go and see if you find anything that could make me doubt their loyalty. Anything that might make me think there's something in the works.
All right.
Miss Drury burned the midnight oil to make sure this event was secret. I imagine there might be some evidence in the information she gathered. I need it.
All right, consider it done.
You've never disappointed me, Leysha. Please don't start today. Until then, I hope to have found more information. But above all, don't share what we've discussed with anyone. I don't need more gossip.
Can I take Halsey with me?
Of course.
All right then. I'll be right back.
So it's not my fault that the kid starts speaking, right? Because she heard everything just now.
Damn it, I don't believe it.
Oh, she was here before then. This is chronologically before Emem came. Oh, we're invisible right now. Oh, wow. Is that person important to Jara? Let's see something. Is it bad for us to have premonitions? We might break our focus and then we'll get found out. Well, we know we didn't get found out though. Got a scar on my forehead.
That was intense. I have to be careful.
Introspective.
Shit, they're gone.
Wait, weren't you gonna go look in the apartment?
I'm going to Richard's to see if he has my teddy.
Okay.
Come and find me when you're done.
Let's see if Hazel was right. Did Jara leave anything behind?
The kid has a serious lisp. Where are you? The time has come. Password animal. Computer? Oh, arrival. I can't read cursive. Ooh.
A log with a list of everything that was checked for the party. Invoices, reservations, rentals. All from our network. It's Journey's. That could be of interest to Hazel.
We could clear Journey.
This thing's old. Does she still use it? This thing's old. Does she still use it?
Arrival. Oh no. Let's walk around first. Horns are valuable. We're just randomly pushing stuff upright. Analyze report findings. Weekly Close Protection Reports 2019. Jason Moore. July Week 1. Report submitted by Mr. Wu. NSTR. Night visit from Mr. Hazel Iverson. Mr. Accompanied by Dells and Coates on Tuesday. Week 2. Wife and child went to Costa Rica for 2 weeks. Night visit from Mr. Berl Underwood. Week 3. Night visit from Berl Underwood 2 times. Week 4. Family came home. August Week 1. Mr. Moore wants a little bit more privacy. Week 2. Wife and child went to Costa Rica for 1 week. Night visit from Mr. Berl, Underwood. Week 3. Mrs. Moore left again the day she got back from Costa Rica. The child is upset. Mr. Moore has trouble concentrating. Week 4. The subject must be experiencing a conjugal dispute. And Mr. Jason Moore, that was the person who did the audits for their financial stuff, right? They're under the vampires' protection. He's under the protection of vampires. Is he a vampire? He should be. Or maybe he's not. He's one of the humans that do stuff for the vampires. Oh. Information notes unification party. Oh, just on the people. Mr. Osborne is a regent of the Hartford Chantry, ambitious and paranoid, extremely skilled in thaumaturgy, favors unification, but mentions escape routes in his private communications. To be monitored. Visits the library, Jefferson Library, once a month. Mrs. Wakefield, John Rice's child, secretive mind control specialist who supports Mr. Osborne unconditionally. Although he's wary of her. She supports the unification. Mr. Samuels, child of Upton Rowland. This blue blood is pragmatic, well-versed in insurance finance. Head of a thriving business and seems to have moved to Boston on a part-time basis. Residing at the library. Wow. He's there to ensure the financials of the agreements. Mr. Fleming specializes in poison and is Osborne's personal bodyguard. I'm not going to remember all this. There's a lot of people here. He's been on several blood hunts and has recently moved to the library. We believe he's there to protect the warlocks in the event of a retreat. He's opposed to the agreement because he harbors a strong personal resentment towards Dajan Siaka. Right, so this is all the people on the side of the Chantry. How they view the agreement with cooperating with us, the Boston Camarilla. Miss Vance, unknown sire, lived in Boston since the Hartford branch was made. Specializes in high-level protection rituals, little information available. Mr. Woods, child of Deneb Osborne, resides in Hartford, new to thaumaturgy, but shows very good skills in memory magic. Still under the authority of his sire. Oh, is that a thing? Some children are just, or is a plural of child children? Child with an E? I don't know. But yeah, it sounds like maybe for some time, the sire just has absolute control over them? Huh. Mr. Green resides in Hartford. Child of Mrs. Wakefield. Nothing to report. Embraced 2 years ago. Research chemist. He is pro-unification. Mr. Chen works at the Red Salon, conducts experiments on blood stabilization. Extensive experience in thaumaturgy. Favors unification. Miss Halstead, selected by the Chantry to come and work at the Red Salon. Reticent about the unification, doesn't want to share her knowledge. Vessels. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the thaumaturges were influential throughout New England, but they also experienced dark times, only seeing their power erode over the years, primarily due to the encroachment of Sabbat members from northern and western New England during this period. Some elder Tremere believe that at least one of the major convents allied with the Sabbat to bring about their downfall, though few agree on which of the 3 major convents is most to blame. The loss of status suffered by their entire family is a wound that still runs deep today, and has led to their great dislike of the Sisters of Salem. Operating primarily out of a chapel in Hartford, the thaumaturges have had an ongoing competition with the Ventru coteries for dominance in the state, and have been quick to exploit any opportunity. Thus, when the Prince of New Haven and Hartford came to them for help in the early 1900s, they graciously accepted. Wisely, they have not yet recalled the debt the Ventru owe them, but that is likely to happen soon. Indeed, as a result of the unification agreement with Boston, the Chantry will greatly increase its political and economic clout over the Hartford domain. Within the Chantry itself, prestige is highly prized, and competition within the Chantry itself, prestige is highly prized, and competition within the upper echelons of the hierarchy is so fierce that more thaumaturges are lost to internal strife than to past clashes with the Sabbat. This is largely due to the fact that Deneb Osborne, despite his understanding behavior, jealously guards his position and makes it impossible for his apprentices to progress. Whenever a warlock seems to be on the verge of unlocking a new mystery, they are often replaced by a lesser talented one. What? That doesn't sound productive. Today, their Boston branch is mysterious and impenetrable despite our best efforts. We think it would be wise to require a visit to the Chantry as a sign of trust. Our intelligence reports numerous disappearances of mortals in the vicinity of the building, which fortunately have gone unnoticed. It's sort of an uneasy alliance. Mr. Osborne, I think, is the person we need to know.
This is what Hazel asked me to bring her.
Oh, really? File on the unification party planning. Jara Jory's notebook. All the members of the Hartford Chantry. All the vessels. What actually went wrong at the party? Like, what's the specific thing that went wrong? Do we know? Wow, this is a really small shower. So don't forget about the computer here, but let me look around and see if there's a code anywhere. No? Halsey, where'd you go? No. Keep that closed. Jara, I would have liked to give you this bond that you've been waiting for so long, but I can't bring myself to condemn you to my situation. But don't be afraid. I will never abandon you, Jara. Never. We're bound together forever. We are one. Since that first night, that first instant, nothing can ever keep us apart. I promise. K. Giving someone a bond? K. Well, seems like that's it for now. Do we want to break the computer immediately? Now, you know what? We gotta try it. Let's see. 0, 4, 5, 1. What's V? Is V enter? Dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm hesitant to use all my points right away. But maybe we should just... Okay. Oh! Caius Leto. Okay? Starting from the bottom. Caius to Jara. About the Quincy market. Miss Drury, I have already told you about my need to investigate the Quincy market case. I know that you disagree with my theory, but an aborted attack on the prince is not to be taken lightly. Could you please reconsider your position? Caius, I never reconsider anything without new evidence. If you have any, please send it to me. And not on a computer. You know how I feel about them. As you wish. So there's some evidence maybe somewhere around here? And then September 2nd. It's November right now, right? So 2 months ago? Unauthorized transmission. Miss Drury, I picked up a signal that appears to be an unauthorized outbound call. Could you please come see me as soon as you can, so that I can give you the details? Did you try to access my computer? No. I can't imagine anyone being able to hack into your computer, since you change your password every 3 days. Besides, I thought you preferred handwritten notes. That's not something I'm willing to joke about. Did they get close? I feel like the K note. That must be the K, right? The Prince. Jara to Hazel. In August? That's enough. I know you ordered my computer to be searched. You don't have to monitor me like this. What good am I to you if you don't trust me? Jara, if someone is trying to search your computer, believe me, the order didn't come from me. I have every confidence in you, and I urge you to have the same confidence in me. Finally, in the future, I would appreciate it if you did not make such sweeping accusations without proof. If you have any concerns, please come and speak to me. Sincerely yours, your Prince. I rely on myself to protect what needs to be protected, and I have my own ways of keeping myself safe from undue curiosity. It sounds like she thinks that Hazel's lying. Sophia. Meet a Sophia. 1 day after the thing with Caius, September 4. Sophia, it's precisely 10 p.m. I'm heading to the party, and I'm leaving Caius Leto in charge. You know the procedure, let everyone know. Have a good night. Recent secure transmissions. There's a bunch of codes here. Are they phone calls? There's one at like 6 a.m. in the morning, September 2nd. Okay. Well, maybe we can put 2 and 2 together like this, but... Yeah, especially about how she doesn't like having things on her computer. That's why there's a handwritten note. We can investigate other members of the Primogen before we go anywhere else. Contemplate.
It looks like one of Richard's Rorschach tests. In green. Even with the color, I still see the same things always. Blood.
I'm assuming that her Malkavian powers were so strong that they drove her into psychiatric care. I have a key. Right, so exactly, we saw this earlier, but we couldn't do it as Emem, or it would have been very difficult. But now we can just simply go in.
Nobody here. I'm going to be able to take a look around Dajan's.
He's a musical kind of guy. Very nice room. Yeah, I guess it makes sense that everybody lives here. Probably not good practice for vampires to be renting apartments regularly and stuff.
The Salem Gazette.
Salem Gazette, September 4, 2019. City Council has found a new home for the Sisters of Salem at the Salem Library in recognition of the organization's work in sharing and supporting our local history. While many know of the group thanks to the annual organization of their Hallowmas and the Mighty Dead and Martyr celebrations, what's less well known is their implication with people in need throughout the rest of the year. They host newcomers, troubled youth, and older citizens who are isolated. They have a huge network of volunteers. They're joined by about a dozen members each year. Basically, they're great people. Sisters of Salem. All the volunteering and all that. There's an inauguration planned on September 4. September 4? Yeah, that's the date of the Jara's emails, same date. Guardian Ravens. Equipment, cauldron. Ingredients, raven corn, raven droppings, corn straw. Blood magnet. Magnet, silver bowl. Own blood. Concealment ritual. Knife, candles, fresh bird's blood, skull, white candle wax, illuminated trail, candles, white satin ribbon. Have seen the prey before. Note, the prey must not go underwater or cross a body of water. Restoration ritual, candle, skull, own blood, sacrificed animal. Is he a Tremere or what? Oh my god. Actually, can we find out? Yeah, we have this page too. Dajan, Siaka, he is a Tremere. Okay, I'll get back to this one later on because we've been doing a lot of reading here. I'll try to summarize them if I can because I feel like overall there is just an overwhelming amount of paragraphs and pages upon pages to read.
Tarot cards. How fun. The Emperor, the Chariot, Temperance. Easy. Dajan is thinking about taking a trip.
Got a Polaroid. Which is good for 2 willpower. Nostalgia. Recovering memories and images of her lost past is what ultimately drives Leysha.
Just like New Orleans. This is definitely Dajan's place.
Ooh.
A bird. Dead.
Okay, when we play as Caleb, we have to increase the education, okay? A Ventrue being educated makes sense anyway.
He must have done a warlock ritual.
Oh, you can kind of tell by the items here, because we had the list earlier. Oh, it's so tidy. Well, the bed seems a little bit short, doesn't it? Maybe it's because of the 3 pillows. Nice. Ooh. Own blood? Own blood was a requirement for many rituals.
This knife has blood on it.
I guess that's it for now. Nothing too incriminating that I'm seeing. Yeah. Okay. Not every single Primogen might be... They might not be working together to get the prince out of the way. If at all.
Hazel's gonna want answers.
Right. Oh, but we gotta go visit the other Primogens.
Sorry. Council members only.
I'm sorry, I can't let you through.
You guys don't even look like you're on guard. This guy's chilling out.
Hazel told me to keep a low profile here. This area is reserved for the prince and her Primogen. Shit! Hilda's in her office. She's going to see me.
Obfuscate. Unseen passage allows you to move around without being seen. You cannot physically interact with the environment in this state. You may, however, stealthily read a document or examine an object. This power will automatically activate if you enter a location that is prohibited. But if I can't read stuff... Hey, Halsey's there.
I shouldn't get too close. She might be able to sense me.
You're scaring me. Wait. Maybe we'll go to Berl first. Hold on, I'm just... Performance anxiety. Oh, jeez, everybody's everywhere. How is he not seeing this? Whoa, dude has his own personal big-ass bathroom. Oh, God. Oh, for some reason, searching Dajan's apartment hasn't cleared yet. Maybe I haven't finished that. I missed something?
The speculative news from... Oh, he's about as fun as his reading material.
Wait, all of his suits are the same.
These suits... Berl's as dead outside as he is inside.
He's just not a fashion kind of guy, alright? Nothing more in here, right? He's just smoking. Dear Mr. Underwood, as agreed, here's our payment. Thank you for your confidentiality. You are indirectly contributing to one of the greatest forensic discoveries of our time. If by any chance you still have bloodless bodies in good condition to offer us, please let us know. Is that a normal thing? Bloodless bodies in good condition? Oh my god. Who would normally even have access to that? Why are they not suspicious? Dear sir, Miss Iverson invites you to the Grand Unification Party. September 4, 11 p.m. Oh, I thought it was No, it's September right now. It's exactly September. Yes. So same day as the Salem stuff then. Dear Mr. Underwood, here is a report you requested. Unfortunately, I was unable to collect much useful information about Miss Feng's time in China, but it may not have been the most interesting period of her life. Oh, he was looking into Xu Feng? After her arrival in the US, she was admitted to the economics department of MIT, in large thanks to her publications on the blue economy, which led her to join the Diora ratification project in the Indian Ocean. She also defended her dissertation on blue biotechnology, which I recommend that you read in its entirety. You can imagine that someone of her ilk was highly sought after. She was wooed by major multinational companies before she even graduated. And yet she's here. She refused all the offers and founded her own startup company, Newman Feng Blue Tech. The company was a reference for any group that was looking to make over their image to appear a little greener. They have a lot of important clients. Several governments, in particular Luxembourg and Canada, reached out to her. That's how important her company is. The speed with which she has broadened her influence is highly impressive. My conclusions are that she's brilliant, she might be an idealist, but while her actions do seem to me to be guided by an ideological perspective, she is extremely pragmatic in integrating herself into the upper echelons of society. She has true business acumen, as her startup is one of the most successful in the country, You have every reason to take an interest in her. I can set up a meeting with her if you like. Jason Moore, your eternal servant. Yeah, that's gotta be like one of our human helpers. But she's with Caleb. So I don't think you have a chance, buddy. I can't talk to... Should I just, like, reveal myself? Is that the problem?
Leysha.
Hello, Berl.
Restricted access means nothing to you, I see. Make yourself at home. Don't mind me.
I already did.
How am I not surprised?
What doesn't surprise you?
For you to turn up at a time like this.
The prince had me released.
Of course, she needs you. I'm guessing she sent you to spy on the council.
Of course. Of course. You are absolutely correct. Rhetoric, no. Oh, he's very good in everything. Both rhetoric and persuasion. Even if I wasn't a jack of all trades, this would have been really difficult. Impossible, really.
What do you mean?
Tell me, do you remember the last time she pulled you out of your musty hole?
It's just that
You don't remember, do you? You're still having those little memory issues, it seems. And I suppose Halsey's here too.
Of course she is.
The more the merrier.
Don't start with me, Berl. Otherwise...
Why don't you go out and play in the sun? And let me get back to work.
Work? With everything that's going on. Hazel will appreciate your dedication.
Get out, please.
That's all I'm going to be able to find out about him. Hazel's gonna be disappointed.
From him directly? Oh, that was an extremely difficult one.
I need to focus.
Yeah, I don't think... I mean, we can start from now on, but rhetoric 1 point, persuasion 1 point, psychology 1 point, I don't think that's gonna help, especially for talking to him, right? We needed to put like 5 points into rhetoric, basically. But I don't even think I had 5 points to put into rhetoric. Well, I might have, but... Yeah, it depends on, I think we'll get more points as we switch between characters. Those usually signify the endings of scenes, so in the beginning here, we're gonna feel a bit, not so great.